Welcome back to another game of Warhammer Fantasy Battle with Shyhammer Fantasy, and in today's battle we got my Orcs and Goblins versus Aaron's Vampire accounts. Again, Aaron is my go-to guy at the local gaming store. Now we want to go as many points as we possibly could, so we did 3,600 points, and actually even after we did the 3,600 points I realized I could probably squeezed out another like 400 points, but whatever, let's get started. And on my team here, we got this beautiful block of 40 black orcs. 40. I had to proxy a bunch of guys just to get them in there, and not only that, but the leader is in there. It is Grimgore Ironhide, incarnate of beasts. It is the end of times version of Grimgore Ironhide, so he has some extra little buffs, gives the whole unit hatred, and he also has a spell that I never used. Over here we have a unit of 30 Savage Orcs, Biggins with Orc Shaman, and the Orc Shaman has a Lucky Shrunken Head, which upgrades everybody's tattoos to a 5-up. And they also have the BSB with the Spider Banner in with them. Over here we have a unit of 10 Goblin Wolf Riders, and then you can see I actually threw my wolf, my lone wolf with the hammer in that group because I don't think he was going to do much solo this time around. Now over here we have a unit of 10 Black Orcs with a hero Black Orc boss. I'm sorry, 10 Boar Boys with a hero Black Orc boss in the front. And he has a magic sword just in case I had to deal with some ethereal units. I was hoping to get some in there. And then over here we have a unit of 14 Orc Error Boys, a unit of 20 Night Goblin with short bows, and the Fanatics, of course, a unit of 30 Night Goblins with spears. And then this bad boy right here, he's a Black Orc on a Wyvern, and he has the armor of Gork. We have over here the 2 Doom Divers, a Spear Chukka, and a Rock Lava, and a unit of 21 Cave Squigs with Herders. Did not take my Mangler this time because, again, I ran out of points. So, let's see what the vampires have going on for them. First off, Double Terrorgeist. I hate the Double Terrorgeist. He's proxying the Zombie Dragon as a Terrorgeist because the Terrorgeist took a spill last week. Over here we have a bus of Graveguard, and inside this bus we have a BSB who's a White King, and then I believe there might be a Necromancer that pops in there later on. Over here we have his giant block of, I want to say, 40 to 50 ghouls. In the front is the Strigoi Ghoul King, and that guy is a bastard. If anybody's ever fought him before that's listening to this, you know how much of a bastard that guy can be. Over here he has the Blood Knights. Wow. He took a unit of 5 or 6 of them, and not only that, but he has not one, but 2 Vampire Lords inside that unit. The Vampire Lords have like a 4-up ward save. They have pretty much decked out armor. I think they're up to like a 1-up save, if not a 2-up. But yeah, that is some beastly guys right there. And then also not in pictures, he had a giant block of zombies as well as a giant block of skeletons. So let's show you how the table looked. Over here we have these buildings that are kind of in the way on the side, and then we kind of left the middle wide open. And I really wanted to just show you this picture right here. It's just crazy to look at how the army looks all lined up next to each other. I mean, that is probably the most models I've ever played. So yeah, that's a pretty big block. And then on his side, for some reason, I mean, I think it was between the Terrorgeist and the Blood Knights, but it didn't seem like he brought that much to the table. But anyways, let's go over the magic, what we have, and then we'll go start the game. So the great gods give me Fist of Gork, Foot of Gork, Hand of Gork, and Here We Go, which most of them are ineffective this whole game. And for the vampires, he has one guy who is taking the Lore of Death, Undeath, but he only gets the Grave Call because he actually got a crappier spell, I believe. One of his vampire lords gets Winds of Death. He also gets Curse of Years, and then he gets the Invocation in the Heck and the Gaze of Nagash. The other Necromancer gets Winds of Death, and there's another Necromancer that gets Invocation as well. And I believe that might be it. I might be missing one person, but anyways, we'll get back to that. So for Vanguard, I actually move up my Wolf Riders to go up the side of the buildings because I figured that would be a choke point. And on turn one, it's Vampire's turn first, and I realized very fast that the Wolf Riders made a big mistake. The Blood Knights go ahead and charge in on the first move, and yeah, they get right into action right away. Blood Knights versus some Wolf Riders with a hero. Not a good mix. He has two lords in that unit. Everybody else just kind of shuffles forward. They are too far from the general to make any difference, so that's a good thing. His Terrorgeist number 1 goes right back here and he's ready to scream at my Wolf Riders. Terrorgeist number 2 is hiding behind some trees because he's afraid of getting shot at, and my guys were cleverly put 29 inches behind away from his Terrorgeist, so he couldn't fly in and start shooting people. Magic phase, he gets 8 power dice, and I get 5 dispel. He uses 6 dice, or I'm sorry, 5 dice on. What spell did he use? He used it on something over here, which makes him get a miscast. Oh, he used it on his undead. There it goes. Which pops up these ghouls, and he gets a unit of like 150 points worth of ghouls for Grave Call. Puts them right there, and it pops up the Fanatics, and the Fanatics are coming out. They're going to go straight into that unit. One falls short, 2 of them go right through, and they kill off a good 5 ghouls. So that's a good start for the Fanatics at least. And then we're going to go into shooting phase. Shooting phase, the Terrorgeist goes ahead and screams and kills off 4 Goblin Wolf Riders. Not even a chance, even with the hero, giving them an extra little bonus in the leadership. Hit one of his Vampire Lords challenges, and I accept with my champion, and he just destroys that champion. It's not even worth mentioning how many wounds. Oh man! And then the rest of his Blood Knights just annihilate my wolves. Man, they just had no chance. And before my guy with the Great Weapon could even attack, he's dead too. He had Armor of Destiny, and he took I think 4 wounds. And he saved 2 of them, but the other 2 went through, and he's dead. So the Blood Knights overrun because they have Frenzy, and they run right into a Fanatic, and they took 2 casualties from the Fanatic, which is great. And let's go into Orcs and Goblins turn 1. So let's start off with this horrible start. Animosity. The Squigs decided to fail Animosity. The Savage Orcs decided to fail Animosity. So did the Boar Boys. They've decided to fail Animosity. And the Boar Boys attacked the Savages. They killed off 1 Savage. The Savages went to attack back, and they killed no Boar Boys. So we're going to go into charging. Charging my Wyvern boss. He decides to charge into the Blood Knights. And Grimgor and the boys, the Immortals, they decide to go up, and they don't care. They're going to walk up alone because it's a huge block of Black Orcs there. Who the hell's going to mess with that block of Black Orcs? The Night Goblins, who coincidentally did not actually have Animosity, they just moved up as well. And then, of course, I forgot about the Fanatics till the end of the movement, so I did them right away. This Fanatic actually goes through the unit of ghouls, which is a good sign, but he also clips my Wyvern, and I believe he does 1 wound. The other Fanatic runs through and clips 1 of the Blood Knights. So, yeah, we killed a couple of ghouls. And we're going to go into shooting phase next, just because my magic phase was trumped because of the Animosity made the Orc Shaman just sit there. So, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and try to do the Rock Lob onto the hiding Terrorgeist, and it just kind of flies off and does nothing. I got 2 Doom Divers going straight for that Terrorgeist, and 1 hits a direct hit, and the other one hits a direct hit. Go for the to wound, 1 wound, and I actually believe, yep, he did only 1. And I'm not gonna lie, the rest of this game, he has some ridiculous luck on 6-up regenerations. He got probably 7 of them off, which really just aggravates me. We're going to go into all the Night Goblins with short bows. They're going to shoot at the ghouls. They wheeled out a little bit backwards and shot at the ghouls, and they killed off 4 ghouls. And then here's a picture of the Armor of Gork. The Armor of Gork went in on the impact hits, and it took out 1 of the Blood Knights. We were trying to figure out who does it hit, because it's a Vampire Lord, a Champion, and a Bannerman right now. And I just randomized the shot basically on who got hit, but if I was supposed to do it any different, please let me know. We changed it up to, I believe, actually the champion. Um, and as for the rest of the close combat, he goes ahead and swings. He whiffs. They go ahead and they swing, but they can't hit the armor of Gork. It is too powerful. All right, let's go into Vampire's turn 2. So, Vampire's turn 2. Let's see what's going on. We got the ghouls charging my War Machine Doom Diver. That is sucks. That really does suck because they get in. There it is. They get in, and then the Terrorgeist flies over my Wyvern and pops out the other side, ready to scream at some people. His magic phase, he gets 9 power dice, and he uses this Necromancer here. You can see the one on the left corner. Uses it to do Invocation in the Heck and restores that 1 wound I just did. What a bastard. The rest of his dice he uses on Winds of Death, and he throws out this Vortex, and the Vortex goes right through my Black Orcs, and it kills off 3 Black Orcs. And then we're going to go into shooting. His Terrorgeist goes ahead and screams at my Wyvern, and he just destroys it. I think he got like 15 or something like that, and my leadership's 9, so just, yeah. And then over here, his ghouls in close combat just destroy my Doom Diver. Had no chance. And let's go into Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Of course, animosity. Of course, these squigs do not want to do anything. They squabble and squabble and squabble and do nothing. Over here I have the Orc Shaman escape the Savages. The Savages move up a little bit forward, and I just kind of leave the Orc Shaman sitting back so he doesn't get stuck in combat. The Boar Boys come to back up the Black Orcs. They are slightly ahead of the Black Orcs, and then I continue to wheel over the archers to shoot at that giant Terrorgeist in my rear. This guy, he decides to go the right direction, but he gets doubles, and he trips on his anvil and dies. And then this guy actually did his job and went through the Blood Knights, popped out a little bit there, and he actually killed 1 more Blood Knight, which is wonderful. There's only 1 real Blood Knight left, and there's 2 Vampire Lords. And these are just some nice pictures from the battle. You can kind of see what's going on here. I just like this shot on this side of the board. You get to see my army in full color. I moved my Night Goblins up a little bit closer just to release the Fanatics against those zombies. And they're going to go ahead right through the zombies. All 3 of them break through, and they kill off a good chunk. I think like 8 zombies total. And we're going to go into Magic Phase. I don't even have the power dice pictured. I used all my dice on the Foot of Gork, and I did not get double 6s. I don't even think I got the spell. Oh, I barely got the spell off, and he dispelled it with the Dispel Scroll off of that Necromancer right there with the giant hand claw. And it does nothing. End of the Magic Phase. We move his Vortex, and the Vortex goes back through my Black Orcs. And I believe it kills 1, if not none. We're going to go into Shooting Phase next. The 2 Doom Divers are going to go straight for that Terrorgeist again. And 1 misfires, but gets a wild shot and shoots off into the middle of nowhere. And the second one just straight missed. Alright. 20 shots from the Night Goblins here against the Terrorgeist, and bam, they got 1 wound on him. Oh well. Alright. Vampire counts, turn 3. Alright, here comes the pain. The ghouls are going to go ahead and charge my Boar Boys. The Graveguard and the Skeletons are going to charge my Black Orcs. And then the 3 remaining guys in that unit over there are going to go charge my squigs that have been squabbling since the beginning. And then the zombies are going to go ahead and charge the side of the Boar Boys because they figured if they just wait, the Night Goblins are just going to stuff them up anyways. This is just a massive clusterfuck over here. If you look at that, it's just, I don't even know what's going on. You just look at that. It's crazy. It's just so many guys everywhere. I just had to take multiple pictures. I mean, you can't even see anything that's going on. There's just so many guys in battle right now. All right. And everybody connected, of course. And then the ghouls charged the sides of my Night Goblins with the bows. Terrorgeist kind of flies around and gets in screaming position. And we're going to go straight into that scream, I believe. His magic phase, if I didn't show the picture, it probably got because I shut it down and nothing happened. So, his Terrorgeist goes ahead and screams and kills off a good chunk of the big guy right there is 4, 5, 6 squigs and 3 night goblins. The other Terrorgeist screams and kills off just one black orc, and then we have over here the vortex. It just moved up and pops out through the skeletons and the black orcs. It kills off 4 black orcs, and it ended up killing off like 8 skeletons, which is a good amount. It goes by ranks, the Winds of Death. So basically, he had so many ranks, and it just kind of screwed him up. And then we have one more scream here with the Strigoi Ghoul King, and he screams at the Boar Boys, kills off 3 of them, and we're going to go into close combat. Alright, so for this massive close combat, we're going to start off with the ghouls. The ghouls kill off 3 night goblins. The night goblins kill off 1 ghoul, which was actually kind of shocking. And the night goblins are going to go ahead and run away from the ghouls because they lose the combat resolution. And they get away. The squigs, they actually kill off the 1 blood knight, which is beautiful. And then the vampire lords are going to go ahead and they just destroy the night goblins. I mean, the squigs. Between the vampire lords, basically they just blew up the whole unit out of the damage from the blow up. I don't think they did a single wound to anybody. Actually, they blew up and killed 3 more night goblins and 1 wound onto the Terrorgeist, if that wound wasn't already there. Grimgor, the incarnate of beasts. He goes first. He always strikes first with Gitsnick, and he gets 8 attacks, I believe, and it's strength 8. And he also has hatred, and he challenges, but they decline with the necromancer. So he just goes ahead and takes out like 6 or 7 Graveguard. And not only that, but the Black Orcs are attacking, and they take off a shit ton of Graveguard as well. And not only that, the Black Orcs are attacking the skeletons, and they kill off a shit ton of skeletons too. And between the Graveguard and the skeletons attacking back, they only attack and kill 6 Black Knights, or Black Orcs, I'm sorry. So we're going to go over the combat resolution right here, and you can see he's the top number, I'm the bottom number. He has 14, I have 24. I beat him by 10. So he loses 10 units on each side from just combat resolution and crumbling. That is brutal. That was a hard blow for him. The ghouls are going to attack, and they kill off, I believe this is just the Strigoi Ghoul King. He kills off 1 guy, and then the rest of the unit gets killed off by the rest of the ghouls. And I only have 3 guys left at this point. I run, and not only do I run, but my hero, I don't even think he killed anybody. I think the boars failed. I think he failed. He runs, they chase. Of course, the zombies are chasing, and they don't catch him. So it leaves it to a prime opportunity for my turn. Savages and the Night Goblins both declare their charge, and they're both going to go hit the side of that zombie unit, which is just going to be paper to these guys. I wheel around my Orc Arrow Boys so they have a better vantage point to start shooting at people. And my magic phase, I'm going to go ahead and cast Here We Go onto the Black Orcs so that way they could re-roll their to hits and to wounds. These guys actually rally and turn around, and I'm not sure if after they rally can they shoot as normal, but I know they can't. They couldn't move. But anyways, I shot and they killed off the ghouls. If that is wrong, please just correct me, and I will learn from this mistake. And then we're going to go into the Rock Lava. The Rock Lava is going to go ahead and shoot, and it blew up. Never mind, didn't shoot shit. Alright, so the Doom Diver, he's going to go ahead and aim at the Terrorgeist, and he flies, redirects, and he redirects into the butts of the Vampire Lord, but does no wounds. And then the Spear Chucker did no wounds. We're going to go into, well, the Fanatics are way in the back. They just kind of float around and do nothing. So we're going to go into close combat. The Night Goblins are going to go first, and they kill off like a good 4 or 5 zombies. The Savages go next. They kill off a good chunk of them. Again, here's the combat resolution between the zombies with the ranks and the banner, and I think they got 1 wound on the Night Goblins. They got a total of 4, and I got a total of 19. So he's going to lose 15 zombies from combat resolution. That's just brutal. And for the other close combat, I'm going to go ahead and instead of challenging his unit, Grimgor is just going to go ahead and allocate his damage straight into the BSB, kills off the BSB. The rest of the unit ends up killing off all the Graveguard. It is just a massacre with those Black Orcs. They are just brutal. That horde was just too big, and he wipes out. I wipe out both units before they really had anything to do. I rearrange them, and they're facing towards the flank of the ghouls. I know some of the guys are still facing this way. That was just because I was lazy to rearrange all the characters. But since they're only about 30 strong, I decided to turn them facing the ghouls. And we're going to go into turn 4 vampire counts. So there was no charges to declare. The Terrorgeist both move into close range to just destroy my Black Orcs, which this is not good. I'm being targeted out right now. The ghouls, he has them facing the wrong way right now, but he realizes that my guys are facing that way, so he asked to reform, which I had no problem. For magic phase, he rolls 7, and then he does Invocation of Nehek with this guy right here, the Strigoi Ghoul King, to beef up some zombies, and he gets a nice like 12 zombies back, or 15 zombies. I think it was 12 though, to be honest. And then we're gonna go to shooting phase. His Terrorgeist, both of them scream right into my Black Orcs, and Jesus Christ, did they take out a good chunk. And then we're going to go to close combat. The Savages are going to go ahead and destroy some zombies, and the zombies kill off one Savage, which, I mean, hey, that's one Savage less. So again, the combat resolution just kind of whittled away the zombies. And then Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Those Goblins are free, so I'm just going to have them charge into the rear of those ghouls. And not only that, but I had the boar rider and the one guy left charge into the side of the flank of the ghouls as well. Remaining moves, I moved the Night Goblins to just wheel over a bit. Or actually, I just reformed them, I'm sorry. And then into magic phase, I got another 6 dice. I'm just going to put all my dice onto the foot of Gork, and I go ahead and aim it at one of the Terrorgeists to just hopefully get those wounds down, get some D3 on it, and it drifts and does nothing. So 4, 5, or 6 foot goes again, and I don't. He gets bored and he walks away. Spear Chucka finally does something. It shoots right at to the Terrorgeist, and it does 2 wounds to it. So Doom Diver aims straight at the Terrorgeist, and it gets a direct hit, and it fails to wound. Alright, let's go into close combat. So the Savages and the Zombies. The Savages killed off pretty much all the Zombies. Zombies killed 2 Savages on the retaliation, but with all the crumbling and everything, the Zombies are finally dead. The Savages are going to just kind of sit there. They're not even going to combat reform. This combat over here, I am going to allocate all my damage with Grimgor onto the Strigoi Ghoul King and kill off the Strigoi Ghoul King. The ghouls attack back, and they kill off a good 6, 7 Black Orcs, and in the back they kill off 2 Night Goblins. But in retaliation, I just go ahead and I start taking out waves and waves of ghouls, because I'm coming from every angle, everything except from the north side there. So if you can see the combat resolution here, I have 11, or I'm sorry, he has 11. I have 26. So I won by 15. 15 ghouls dissipate from crumbling, and the Goblins keep moving up a little bit more. We're going to go into Vampire's turn 5. So Vampire's turn, he makes one major mistake here. I mean, at this point, I'm already kind of winning the game, but he charges both his Terrorgeist into the rear of the Black Orcs, trying to kill off Grimgor, or trying to make him run, and he moves up his Vampire Lords to get closer because they were just too far for a charge. And for his magic, he rolls 7 dice, and he summons up some more ghouls. He pulls up 4 ghouls. And because he actually rolled a miscast, he does the small template, and he takes a wound on his guy who casted. So the Terrorgeists go ahead and shout next, and they actually don't do so well. They kill off like 1 guy, and I think that's because they're taking wounds, and he just had low rolls. I lucked out right there. But basically, Terror guys go ahead and do close combat, and I think they killed one guy there. But then Grimgor goes ahead and starts killing off ghouls, and so do the rest of the Black Orcs and the Night Goblins and everything. So based on the combat resolution again, he's at 11, I'm at 18. I win by 7, which actually, that's where his mistake was. It kills off the Terrorgeist with that. And you can see the aftermath here of all the dead bodies after everybody was basically attacked. We're going to go into my turn. I'm going to roll straight for Magic Phase, 9 Power Dice. I'm going to use it on the foot on those two, the General, and the foot misses. The foot did nothing the whole game. It got dispelled or failed or whatever. So my Orc Error Boys finally do something this whole game, and they're going to shoot. It's not only are they going to shoot, but the Night Goblin archers are going to shoot as well, and they're all aiming at the General. And the General, the one Vampire Lord takes a wound, and so I'm going to hit him with the Spirit Chucker. Spirit Chucker hits that guy right there, and he kills him off. And then at this point, it's literally like a ghoul left or 2 ghouls left, and Grimgor, or he decides to. I mean, the game's pretty much over. He has the Vampire Lord and like 2 ghouls, and I have like a whole block of savages still, and Grimgor's still healthy. So what we ended up doing was we ended up challenging Grimgor to a fight with the General. The General got shot by a Doomdiver too, but we challenged him to a fight and see who would win face-to-face combat, and of course Grimgor became victorious. I mean, that's the new End of Times Grimgor. He is just beastly. He has all these extra nice attacks and little buffs and hatred, and always strikes first. He's just, and plus he has a nice armor save, a 1-up armor save with 5-up ward. The guy's a beast. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. It was a lot of fun. 3,600 points. We're going to do another one tomorrow night. 3,600 points. I think I'm just using the same list because I want to see what he does differently. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys like it, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.